Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. Just watched West Ham 1, Newcastle 1, but that doesn't tell the full story. Lackluster, lack of effort, lack of ideas. And David Moyes, I'm sorry, but you've massively been found out today. Massively been found out. Anyone who says Moyes is the Messiah, well, give your head a wobble, have a think about your life. Simple as that. This man has done good things at West Ham, but he's starting to unravel himself now. And he's looking at players like Mikel Antonio, who does nothing, spoons balls over the bar, and he's looking up into the sky going, what's he doing? When we've all known that for years with Mikel Antonio. But let's start off at the beginning. We come out the traps and we're slow. I think the first 5 minutes we didn't even get Newcastle's half, and we were shambolic. So for me, the first 10 minutes was getting completely outplayed, and Newcastle deserved to have all the ball. Didn't add the chances, but half chances. And then as the game weared on, we sort of started to get to grips with them. They was targeting Fredericks yet again. Was Fredericks playing? And we sort of controlled the situation up until the goal. Like up until the goal, we was playing pretty decent. The first 10 minutes we was awful. Then we sort of sorted it out, and then up to the goal we was pretty decent. It's a great goal from Craig Dawson. It really, really is. Craig does what a striker's instinct. That's what a proper striker should do. And comes inside, first time header, goal, 1-0. And I thought, you know what? Here we go. Now we're gonna start to perform. And it's just the same West Ham. This is like the old West Ham rearing its ugly head once again. And for me, I look at us up till their goal, and we was okay, but we weren't great. Benny was okay today. I don't think Benny was the worst player on the pitch. Let's put it like that. But I'll get to him after. And then Jared Bowen. I'm just remembering the game now. Benrahma puts a good ball into Jared Bowen, who hits the crossbar. Good effort, and basically tips it over the bar. Craig Dawson had a great chance for a first time shot. And yeah, it was like, you know what? Right, coming up towards the end of the half, I thought, you know what, getting half time 1-0, because gold. But we don't. We make the same mistake as we made last week, and we consider goal right on top of half time, which is scandalous. And it's poor from Declan Rice. I don't like to criticise the man because he's absolutely first class for West Ham United Football Club. He really, really is. But he makes a massive error for the goal. And his header's poor. Dawson tries to get there. Fredericks can't defend, so it's Dawson on his own, basically. And yeah, Willock has a shot. I can't remember if Fab tipped it onto the post or what, but I think it hits the post. It runs along the goal and goes in, and he scrambles it away, and it's 1-0. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, they have done not a lot really, Newcastle. Fair enough, they come out the traps early and they were, what's the word? They was buzzing and with energy and enthusiasm, but other than that, they weren't really making Fabianski make like great saves, so to speak. So anyway, come to half time, and Ryan Fredericks gets subbed. Yeah. Now we all know the reason why Fredericks got subbed because he's been booked. But also we all know why Fredericks got subbed, because he's absolutely shambolically shit and he can't defend to save his life. Simple as that. It's not sugarcoat it. Ryan Fredericks, all he's got about him is pace. If I want pace, I'll ask Usain Bolt to play for West Ham United Football Club. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's all he's got. He can't defend, he can't cross, he can't attack, he can't do anything else. Now, like, he gets subbed. Ben Johnson comes on. Ben Johnson should have started. I'm sorry, but I don't know what this kid has done to David Moyes, but he just doesn't start games now. Anyway, coming into the second half, and yet again we're flat. We're just flat. I can't remember. If someone can tell me in the chat, I cannot remember a shot that we had where their keeper made a save in the second half. I really can't. I'll tell you what I do remember, when Antonio runs through, he does a good bit of work and he spoons it into Rose's head. Like, I remember that, but I don't remember anything else. Bowen cuts inside. The passes were weak today. It was like with lack of effort, like with the passes, no authority, and so to speak. And On the 70th minute, the famous sub appears. Saeed Benrahma, number 22, comes up. And I'm looking at it, and I'm sitting in the boozer in Suffolk, where I am now, and I've gone, in the middle of this boozer, I've gone, what the fuck is going on? Right? Saeed Benrahma wasn't the worst player to be subbed today. I'm sorry, but I will not have that at all. Yeah? Listen, he tried, right? But he's pressing. If you watch West Ham as a whole, yeah, look at their pressing. He presses from the front side, Benrahma. So his work rate was there, right? And he takes Benrahma off and he brings on Nikola Vlasic, right? I'm sorry, it has been a flop at West Ham United Football Club. Yeah, you can be a young fan thinking Vlasic is the next big thing. Right? I've watched enough football. I've seen enough shit at West Ham United, right, to last me a lifetime. And I'm sorry, but he just does not cut the mustard for us. He's had chances. He's had time. He's had all the above. He does fuck all, literally, right? And I do mean that, fuck all. He scored a tap-in against Watford in the 94th minute, right? Anyway, he comes on and we do nothing. Mikel Antonio goes from striker to a winger. He was shit up front today. He was shit up front. Like, he done nothing up front today. So Moyes thinks in his brain that he's going to go, you know what? I'm going to put him on the wing. Anyway, the game filters out into really a stalemate, really. And ends up being a draw. One thing I will say, why Jared Bowen didn't smack Dan Burn in the face, I don't know. The tackle at the end was nasty, very nasty from Dan Burn. Took the Bowen clean out there. And, yeah, on the balance of play, did we deserve to win it? No. Did Newcastle deserve to win it? I think they was the better team today. They was the better team. I will say that. Newcastle were the better team, but they didn't deserve to win it today. I think a draw was a fair result. So, for me, when I look at this, yeah, I'm very, very angry with Moyes. Now, I will get to Moyes. David Moyes, I'm sorry, but you are one stubborn fucking bastard, mate. And I will say everything. I don't care what he's done, yeah? Alan Pardew, remember him, in 2006, has done more than David Moyes, yeah? He got us to a cup final, right? David Moyes has kept us in the league, yeah, which he was paid to do, right, on peanuts. Just remember that. Then he had one good season in a global pandemic with no fans. And now he is fucking about with players, right? Saeed Benrahma, I make him 100% right with what he said. Now, I thought he said, why always me? And he said, and I think someone else has put it out there today on Twitter that he said, it's always me or why me or something like that, he said. I can't remember what he actually said, but he said them sort of words. Yeah. And I'm glad Benrahma to go at him back because I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, Dave, yeah, Mikel Antonio's done fuck all for weeks, months. Yeah. He's on the plane up to fucking Jamaica, loving life, all right, smoking a cigar and private jets that we're all paying for as fans every time we support this club from the fucking board. Yeah. Comes here today, does nothing again. Right? And keep backing Antonio up because he does fuck all. Right? Then you go and bring on Vlasic, which just makes no sense either. Right, what's Vlasic done? Nothing again. Lack of pace. And do you know what done it for me with Moyes today, which was the arrogancy of the man, is Mikel Antonio has done fuck all in the game. Nothing. Right? Puts him on the wing. So what's he think? He's going to turn into a prime winger all of a sudden? Do you know what I mean? Mickey's been a great servant to West Ham United Football Club. I will not take that away from him. He scored some great goals. One of the best goals he scored was Spurs away in their shithole of a ground, right? When they sort of done Spurs up. Yeah. I won't ever take that away from Mikel Antonio because he's done great things for West Ham United Football Club. Yeah. But at present, he is not cutting it at the minute. But Saeed Benrahma is an easy scapegoat. Now, if we all roll back a year ago, Benny used to get subbed quite a lot, yeah. But people used to say, you know what? He's new, he's this, he's that, all these bollocks, all the time, yeah. Rashane Thomas, a journalist for the Athletic, put up a thing on Twitter. Correct me if I'm wrong. He said something like 21 times he's been subbed this season. 21 fucking times he's been subbed, and Mikel Antonio hasn't been subbed once. Once. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm disgusted with Moyes. Yeah? He's a stubborn bastard. Yeah, you can sugarcoat it any way you like with Moyes. Yeah, you can look at him and think he's the Messiah, but he hasn't done nothing at West Ham yet. He's done fuck all. Right? Mark just said 18. 18 times he's been subbed this season. Thank you very much, Mark. Right? What has he done? What's Moyes really done to us? What got us into Europe? Fucking hell! Like, Billiard's got us into Europe. So let's get real. Do you know what I mean? He's got players in there. Today, Benrahma wasn't the worst player. I'm sorry, but he just was not the worst player on the pitch. I will not have it. Fornell's worked hard today. I'll give him his due. I'm not his favourite, biggest fan, but Fornell's worked hard. Yeah. Bowen was good and bad in spells. He was 1 minute he was good, 1 minute he was a bit all over the place. But Jared Bowen gets a pass. Yeah, because he's been absolutely fucking amazing for West Ham United Football Club over the last 10 games. Yeah. Where's the pass for Antonio now? Like, people will keep, and I've had this on different chats with different YouTubers, yeah, and they're saying to me that I've got an agenda against Mikel Antonio. Look at what you're seeing in front of you and start going, he's not cutting it. It's as simple as that. Because if we had another striker, would you really want Antonio up front at present? The answer to that would be no. So why does Mikel Antonio just stroll about Stratford, right, gets his paycheck and does fuck all? Right? Do you know what I mean? It's not on. It's not on. And I'm so pleased for Benrahma to fight back. And I'm seeing it on Twitter that people are saying, Moyes, you've got this bang wrong here. You know what I mean? But Moyes will use him as a scapegoat because that's what he does. Yeah. David Moyes is not the Messiah. I'm sorry. He's not like the next big thing. He's a man who's built himself up with a club that needed someone at the time to steady the ship. Let's have it right. Do you know what I mean? He keeps criticising this geezer, right? And he brings on Vlasic, and if someone could tell me 3 things Vlasic's done in the 20 minutes he was on the pitch, I'd love to hear it. Because Vlasic isn't a good footballer, in my opinion. Right? He blags it massively. Also, I want to give a shout out to Craig Dawson. I must admit, Craig Dawson was absolutely first class today, from start to finish. He really, really was. This man is becoming like a folk hero at West Ham. And Dawson today, his goal was excellent. He could have scored another one with the block. Dan Burn gets a good block in against him from a volley. And when I look at it, Dawson's like a shining light at the minute. Like, he really is. We know that we need him to step up massively. If we're going to do anything this year, we need our 2 centre-halves to step up. And Dawson did today. He really did. I thought he was absolutely first class and thoroughly deserved his man of the match performance, in my opinion. Fabianski, what can he do with a goal? It's a bit of a freak goal. A couple of times he could have come out and gathered, but he weren't really too bad. I thought Rice, and this is another one with me, I thought Rice was poor today in spells. I really did. I thought Rice was a bit like, the goal is his fault massively. I don't like to criticise Rice, and I'm saying this through gritted teeth. I'm being honest, but I've got to be real. The goal, it's a major mistake from him, and it comes to the goal. But he always, like, that's the first time ever that I've ever criticised West Ham Declan Rice on this channel, ever. So that says it all. Souček today, not for me. It really ain't. Defensively, it's just not good enough. Like, he loses the ball too easy. His awareness is not there. And I don't know what's happened to Souček. I really don't. I think if you're looking for Rice to go forward as your main man, we need a proper CDM there. 100%. There's like, if it's a Phillips, if it's a Basuma, someone in that sort of middle to patrol it and then get the ball to Rice, and then Rice can go forward. And that's what it should be. I thought Pablo Fornals today worked very hard. I must admit, as I say, I'm not his most favourite fan of his, but I've got to give him credit. I thought he was excellent. He worked his nuts off today, really did. That's the Fornals of old, in my opinion. Cresswell was there, decent. Johnson, when he come on, the problem is with West Ham, I don't know whether anyone will agree on this before I get to the chat, is that today it was like West Ham of old, sideways and back bollocks all the time. Pass, back, pass, back. we're like, I don't want to hear top four from anyone anymore now. And Dom put it up on Twitter, and I make him 100% right. I really do. He said, I don't want to hear it now about top four, because this is not how top four teams play. Like, we're playing like West Ham of old. Like, sometimes you think West Ham, the new West Ham is peaking, and then the old West Ham will rear its ugly head in there and go, oh, this is it. Like, we lack of ideas. I thought Burn and Shah, for them, absolutely bullied Antonio today. And I've always said that. If you get two solid centre halves up against Antonio, he's clueless. He runs into traffic. He doesn't do anything. And then, like, not to, I don't want to completely go in on Antonio, but someone tell me what he done today. Apart from spoon one over the bar into the Toon Army. Do you know what I mean? Shocking. Really, really was. So, yeah, for me, just to round it up before I get into the chat, because this is going to be a pretty long one. So what I do want to hear everyone's thought about this with Benrahma, because I backed him up from minute one. People who know me know that I backed him up. The moment he arrived here, September last year, or 2021, I think it was. 2020. I've backed this geezer up from minute one. I've said this geezer's a talent, right? And the geezer keeps getting subbed. And today we need to win the game. And there's other players who are worse than him on the pitch, but they get a pass. To me, that's favouritism at its finest. So, yeah. But my final thought is this before I get to the chat. It's a point. We ain't getting top four. Like, I think we need to stop that right now. I think we've got to aim for top six. I think we have to be on the ball now, coming up to the games that's coming up. Obviously, the FA Cup, Europa League. Personally, I think it's all on the Europa League for me. If you want to try and get into Champions League, we need to win 4 ties, and then we're in the Champions League. Right? So we need to win like 4 overall matches, and then we're there. So for me, it's a point. It's West Ham of old today. I'm sorry, but it is. Like, anyone who thinks different, then I'd like to hear it. But I'm very, very disappointed in Moyes. Moyes does wonderful things at West Ham, and then he fucks it up himself. He just goes and does stupidity things. And to take Benrahma off and bring Vlasic on, and you're like looking at Vlasic to be an hero. I'm sorry, but Vlasic is a flop. Vlasic is a flop. And I'm sorry, but people might not want to hear that. Yeah, I'll give him time, give him time. If I want to give him time, I'll buy him a fucking watch. You know what I mean? Like, I've had enough of this bollocks with time. Like, we're West Ham United Football Club. We ain't got time to fuck about, because next season these teams are going to be on us. And when you look at Newcastle today, they signed a few players. They look fresh. When you look at West Ham today, we look knackered. And that is it, really, on that. So I'll put my headphones in, and I will get to your chat. Let's have a look. Right. I've seen all your comments here. There's so many comments, but I will start off. And if you've got a comment again, then put it in. Please do. Not interested in top 4 Europa League for me. Let's get top 6. I can't see us doing anything in Europe now. We look tired now. Yeah, I agree. Never wanted top 4 Champions. We haven't got a good enough team. Moyes is not a fair manager. He signed the departed of the player. Now, respect is gone. Yeah, I agree, mate. No, he says no, Scott. Fair enough. Let's roll up to your other comments. Let's have a look. Let me see if I can get. Let's have a look what we've got here. Right, we've got here. Lauren says it was piss poor today. I totally agree, Lauren. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm angry, frustrated. I was sitting in a boozer today watching it with people, and I was very, very vocal. Now, I just said, like, what's going on? What's going on, West Ham? Like, do we want this or not? Like, we just got no sort of get up and go and attitude to sort of want to get this at the minute, and we're slipping massively. Mark says Antonio needs dropping, mate. I don't know where to start with Antonio. I really don't. Yeah. On the one hand, he's been a great servant. On the other hand, he's been shit. Now, what do you want to do with him? Do you just keep him in there because we've got no one else, or do you just mix it up a bit? Now, for me, Antonio should have been off. Lanzini, right, was good over the last few weeks. People keep raving about Lanzini. Why can't you pay Lanzini 4-0s and Benrahma? Like, do you know what I mean? 4-0s on the right, Benny on the left, and then Lanzini for the middle, number 10, with Bowen up front. It's just, I can see it, you can see it, fucking hell, Father Christmas can see it, but Daniel Moyes can't see it. Shocking. Scott says justice for Benrahma. I agree. What the actual okay, so we might still be top. Was it a top table? But surely the match was for taking with no St. Max and Chip. Yeah, we fluffed it. Two of their best players are out, and we struggle. I thought Dan Burn today got the better of Antonio and Shah. Both of them were pretty decent. One player that I just had to laugh at, and mate, I was so angry, yeah, because I'm looking at Souček and I'm thinking, you're getting done by Joe Linton midfield. Joe Linton, right, the new midfielder for Newcastle United. He can't do it as a striker, but as a midfielder, he's not too bad. Completely run through our midfield, like 100%. I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Angry, really am. Jazza says, really poor today, mate. Out of midfield and attack, we're carried by two players. Yep. I'm seeing a missing Lingard type player who takes the game. Don't know anyone else. Yeah, I agree, Jazza. I agree. But yeah, again, this is where it comes down to Moyes, mate. If I'm being honest, this is where it comes down to Moyes. Moyes should have signed some players. He should have signed some players, right? But he didn't because he's arrogant. You know what I mean? I like to work with a thin squad. Yeah, but some of the players in the squad are shit at Moyes. Or can't you see that? So yeah, I totally agree. Ben's ripping it, and rightly so, because no one was any better than him in that game. Moyes is going to fuck his confidence. Do you know what? If at the end of the season Benrahma said, "Oh, I want to leave," yeah, I wouldn't blame him. I would not blame him. I'm sorry, but there's been games this season where Benrahma's been subbed off, and you're bringing it on people who are just shit. They're just not good enough, right? And Benrahma, Fornells, Bowen, yeah, Antonio, right? Well, take Antonio out. Them three should be playing all the time. Yeah, Fornells for the work rate, Benny for the skill, Bowen for the flair and the goal scoring attributes. And if we had a better striker up front, then we'd be better. We've got people saying other game. Don't worry, Moyes is happy with the squad. He's on the yeah. Let's go justice for Benrahma. Let's have a look. Lee said here. All right, James. Very disappointing performance in West Ham today. We should have beat Newcastle. I agree, Lee. I agree. We should have beat Newcastle. Did we deserve to beat Newcastle? No, we didn't. Nah, not a chance. We was poor. Just poor. Let's have a look. What we got here? Just having it. I think he said watched it because I watched it a few times now. Yeah, what he said was teams look stale. The last couple of games, time to give some of the under 23s a game. So this is the thing. Yeah, he's cut the under 23s now in there, right? Because he's got his team. But I agree, Ian. What else have we got here? Let's go down here. Glenn. Simple as this from Glenn. No investment, no returns. Simple as that. No returns. Please do drop a like on the for James. It really helped my channel. Yeah, as Miss Hammerette says, if you could drop a like on the video, it'd go a long way. It really would help me out. Dawson's head and shoulders our best players today. I agree, Mike. But when our two centre halves are our best players, we've got problems. We've got problems on and forget the Benrahma situation for a second here. Take him out of the equation. Why is Fredericks playing today? Didn't no one know that St. Maximin weren't playing? Now, I knew this last night late. I done a video on this on Thursday, a pre-match fault. And I thought St. Maximin was going to play today. Yeah. And on Thursday, I had someone told me late after I'd done the video. I said, "James, I don't think he's playing." I thought, well, I put it up there now. Yeah. So come Friday, I heard late last night that he wasn't playing. Said Max a man. I was over the moon with that. But then Moyes goes and plays Fredericks today, like he hasn't got a clue. Now, if I know it and I've heard it, what's Moyes doing? Like, come on. Looks like they score when they definitely not looking good. I think we'll finish between 8th and 10th. Excuse me. I 100% agree. Rice can't do it on his own. Souček just keeps going backwards. Yeah, Souček, mate, is not for me anymore. I think aerially he's very good, but he's one-dimensional. I think last season we caught teams on the hop last year with him, and people have sussed him out now. Like you see Dan Burn today on him, like literally make sure he don't get the first knock on sort of thing. So yeah, not good really. It was out of our abysmal performance. I agree. Benrahma has been a scapegoat. Deserves to stay on. He was much better than most today. Now, I agree, Mike. I agree. Listen, if Benrahma's poor, I would hold my hands up, right? As a realistic West Ham fan, not deluded like some other people that I do know. If Benrahma's poor, I'll say, sorry, Benrahma, you've been poor today. You've been shocking. Yeah, and I've gone in on him before, but he weren't bad today, mate. I'm sorry, but he weren't the one to be subbed. Like you either don't sub him or you sub Antonio. Simple as that. Because Antonio was shit today. Like now, let's all go back to the first half quickly before I run through the comments. We had who was it? No, was it first half, second half? It was second half. Sorry. Antonio gets the ball. Does a good bit of work. Right. Runs into space. Bowen, Fornells are advancing. He cuts inside and he spoons one straight into the away fans. If that was Saeed Benrahma, all the whole fan base would be going on him. What you doing shooting? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Yeah. Mickey does it. Moyes looks to the heavens and going like, oh, what's he doing? But you know what he's like, Moyes, because he's shit. Because he's not good enough to be a striker at West Ham. So, yeah, unbelievable. I lost it with Moyes now, starting to show his true colours. I agree, Mark. I agree. And when people say, oh, Moyes has been great for West Ham, he's the best manager we've had, fuck off. Just like, please fuck off. He hasn't got us to a cup final like Pardew did. Pardew was shit. At least he got us to a cup final, right? In this era, right, he's done good things at West Ham. But what has he actually really done? What got us into Europe? Village got us into Europe. But Village wasn't a good manager. So we've got to be realistic here. Yeah. His signings, he's been very, very lucky with his signings, Moyes. Very lucky. Like going and nabbing Dawson for 2 million is a bargain. Yeah. Fair enough. But Kafal coming in. But this summer transfer window has been shocking. When you weigh up this summer transfer window, it's been absolutely shambolic. Yeah. Zuma, great signing. Areola, don't play him. Crowell, fucking hell, he's gone missing again, right? Someone's obviously like needs to pay the ransom demand for him. And then you got Nikola Vlasic. I'm sorry, but when I was on different channels, I used to say that this man's shocking, and everyone said, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about." Right? Here come good, give him time. Yeah. What's he done? What's he done now? Like, are we going to say that in May? Oh, don't worry, give him time. Right? Do you know what I mean? What's Vlasic really done? Not a lot. And he's played games for West Ham. I saw it the other day, and someone was backing him up. And I said he's played in League Cup, FA Cup. He's played in Europa League games. He played when Benny was in AFCON. He's played. So fuck me, like you know what I mean, like when will you just admit it that he is a fucking flop and he hasn't performed, and start being real, like, and just stop talking bollocks and making out that this player's going to be the next big thing. Do you know what I mean? And that's what does me with sometimes with the fan base. It really does. What we got here? Let's have a look. He's not a fair manager. Right, Jay Woods. I hope you're well, Jay Woods. James, I hope you're well, mate. No words for today. The lads look burnt out. How can they look burnt out, though, Jay? Honestly, though, bruv. How can they? They've had a week off, right? And they still can't sort themselves out. I just thought it was mismanagement from the start. For me personally, I think as soon as Fredericks played, you'd see it in the first couple of minutes. They were targeting him straight away. Balls all the way over to the right hand side, doubling out on Cresswell. But not Cresswell, sorry, Fredericks. And yeah, they Newcastle knew what they was doing, right? But that he was there for St Maximin. Now we all knew St Maximin weren't playing. I heard about it last night, but for some crazy fucking reason, like he goes and plays Fredericks today, which is baffling. Really is. Graham Potter. Yeah, I agree, mate. I really do. What we got here? Jay Woods says here. Suchek and Antonio were embarrassing. Moyes needs to grow a pair and take players off not performing. I totally agree, Jay Woods. I really, really do, bruv. I really, really do on that. The problem is we've got two players there who we've got no replacements for. Now, if we took Suchek and brought Noble on, I think the fan base would go mad, right? If they took players off and brought on Krau, right? But even Krau don't get looking. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Lanzini was injured today. Well, that says it all. James, we all know Benrahma won't play for a month now. Yeah, I agree, Scott. I agree. I fucking fuming with Moyes. I really am. I really am. And listen, he's done great things, as I say. Like, but is it great things, or has he just fucking blagged it in a time when we was in a global pandemic and other teams are in transition? When you weigh it up with West Ham, yeah, we are in a false position at the minute. Technically, we're the ninth best team in the league. Really, if you want to weigh it up properly and be real, that's what we are. Yeah, because other teams have got games in hand, and they won't make mistakes. Tottenham have got 3 games in hand on us. They ain't gonna lose all 3. You know what I mean? Saying that, it's Spurs. They could do. So you never know. Suchek needs resting. Play 4-0 as a CM. I agree. What we got? Let's not forget. This is from Cam Fergal. Let's not forget, Antonio is a winger, changed into a striker. Yarmolenko plays as a striker for the Ukraine, but as a winger for West Ham. Why? He's our only true striker and never gets played because Cape, Yarmolenko is shite. And that is the easiest way of putting it, bruv. Yeah, Yarmolenko is shite, but Antonio is getting like Yarmolenko. Shite. So, yeah. No, not for me, for the pair of them, mate, if I'm honest. Square pegs, round holes, not good enough, really, if I'm being truthfully honest. Hi, James. Was at the game, and I have to say I hope the referee loses his job because he's not good at it. And Newcastle won't stop doing wasting. I don't know, mate. I think the referee was bad today, but I don't think Newcastle were. I'm not on about Newcastle. I'm on about. I think Newcastle, to a point, turned up, frustrated us, and tried to nick the game. We're fighting for top 4. We should be taking the game to Newcastle and taking the game away from them, and we done it. We didn't do it. Sean, James, I hate to say this. The next 2 games, Wolves and Southampton in the cup, we're going to lose the 2. Wolves will lash us to death, pass us to death. That is. And Southampton, a better team. What we did in January is criminal. Sorry, I agree, mate. I really do. The problem is with the situation at West Ham at the minute is people will like the fan base, and I will get through everyone's comment. Don't worry. Yeah. The problem is with the fan base at present is people are going the window. We all know as fans the window was massive, and we sing that song, we're massive, but as I said before, we're not massive in the fucking window. I know that. But that's down to Moyes. But no one will criticise Moyes because it's fucking David Moyes, the Messiah. I'm sorry, but I will criticise him. Do you know what I mean? Because he's done well at West Ham United from where he was, right? Under Pellegrini, he comes in, etc. Right? But come on, like, there's a time when you have to go up a level, yeah? And he just doesn't. He really doesn't. We got here. Okay, let's say no January signings. Moyes can kiss. So must be drop him, sell him in the summer. Not good player ratings for him. Big zero. And Moyes can. Yeah, I agree, Gary. I really do, mate. We got this. You've got so many comments. I'm just going to try and get through. We actually bottled it as a chance for the top four. I agree. I think it's went down two swords for Moyes. I really do. Fashi's done more than Antonio today. Oh, I don't know about that, Mark. I didn't really see Fassi do a hell of a lot. But then saying that, what did Antonio do? So I could agree. Moyes was pissed at how slow the players were, same as me. At least Moyes shows some urgency. Moyes was pissed at how slow the players were, same as me. At least Moyes showed urgency. But I'm sorry, but you're saying like that, yeah? But then he's got Mikel Antonio having shots from outside the fucking box, yeah, going nowhere. And like, then you go and sub Benrahma, who is the most creative player at the club, and you bring on Nikola Vlasic, who does nothing. Like, I'm sorry, but Moyes needs to be fucking dug out tonight because he's done this. No one else. Listen, if it ain't working, yeah, you take off Antonio. Yeah. So what is Antonio undroppable now? Is he all of a sudden? Man's on a big contract now to end of his career. Plays for Jamaica. Thinks he's an international superstar. And what is he not undroppable? Because everyone else seems to be droppable at West Ham. Massively frustrates me. It really does. What we got here? Michael D. It was a tough game. Newcastle kicked us off the park. We desperately need a goal scorer. Antonio has been woeful for ages. I agree that Johnson should have started. I agree, Michael, mate. I really do, bruv. Thanks for your comment. I can't not disagree with that. Johnson should have started. Now, as fans, we all knew, right? Like, what is David Moyes' scouts doing? They must like get a whisperer that St. Maximan isn't there. Well, all you got to do is wait for the fucking Newcastle coach to arrive, right? If St. Maximan don't get off the coach, you know you're not going to play Fredericks. Right, I'll just have some little lad sitting there and going, listen, just wait and see if St. Maximan gets off the coach, right? But he wasn't even in. He wasn't even there. He's out for 3 weeks or a month, I think it is. And I'm like, you play Fredericks, but don't worry, Fredericks can defend Moyes, can't he? Fucking badly. That's what you can do. All right, Jazza says this. Same team, same subs. It's all so predictable. I'm also getting bored of Moyes saying we're not playing as good as we can every game now. Where's the plan B? Bang on the money. We have become very predictable, stale. Do I think we can do anything in the Europa League? If we have luck. If luck is on our side, we can. If we've got no luck, we ain't doing nothing. I think FA Cup is our best chance. I think if we can get past Southampton, I think we've got a chance in the one-off games. I think we can do that, 100%. But, yeah, horses for courses. Souček and Antonio were crap. I agree, Charles, really do. I don't know what's happened to Souček and Antonio, just Mikel Antonio, isn't it? Let's be honest. Let's be honest, other teams have been poor rather than us being good. Yeah, brilliant. Well said, Mark. I think West Ham are doing well because other teams have been so bad. But other teams know how to win. That's the problem. They know how to dig these games out. Like when you look at the games that we've slipped up this season, right? Excuse me. There's been so many missed games when we've slipped up. And let's be honest, even games against Watford and Norwich and things like that. We've played okay, but we haven't blown teams away like we did last season. Like, I can't remember the last time we blew a team away this season, so to speak. Maybe Villa away. But even then, at 2-1, if Fabianski don't make that save from Ollie Watkins that pushed it onto the crossbar, then that's a different game. Do you know what I mean? I don't remember us really blasting teams out the ground this year. Like, you could probably say Leicester at home, first game of the season, but that's back in August. Do you know what I mean? So it's not good. So one result makes him a bad manager. Oh, he's talking about Potter. Antonio versus Antonio's Yarm part 2. Yeah, I agree. Players bottled it, in my opinion. We made 2 subs today. Speaks for him. If this team was a car, it would be my granddad on wheels running this team. Yeah. Oh dear, must admit, a lovely comment. Many times I've had a chance to transition me players forward with fear. Yeah, so let's scroll down. Too jaded today, too predictable for top 4, sadly. Then I totally agree, Rob. I really do. I'm angry, mate, if I'm honest, and I know you was there. And like, I don't know what to say, really. Like, in my opinion, when I look at us at present, we don't look nowhere near like a top 4 team. We look like a mid-table side, blacking it, really, really bad. So yeah. Cape says, "Shite, we won the Golden Boot in the World Cup. I think it's not his fault if no one passes the ball and pushes him out of position." Yeah, not for me, mate. Not for me, Cape. Was too much jogging and not enough intent. I agree. Everything about Moyes is predictable. Bang on. Listen, I know this is going to go on a little bit, but I'm so thingy. Yeah, I'm so angry with today's result to a point. But let's be honest, in the 70th minute, when the sub was coming on, we all knew that it was Benrahma. We just knew, right? I sat in the pub and I was like, he's going to sub Benrahma. And today is a day he don't deserve to be subbed. Not when Antonio's played like that. Not a chance. Yeah. Now, if you're telling me you can't go and put Bowen, you can't play that system of Benrahma on the right, Fornals, Vlasic, and Bowen up front, then we've got a problem. We've got a major problem. I'm sorry that we have, because to me, you're telling me Antonio cannot be dropped at all. He can't be subbed at all. It's just not good enough. It really isn't. Ain't going to be no difference in the next transfer window, in my opinion. Bang average today, really disappointing. Totally agree. Let's get right down to the bottom. I don't know why Diop was dropped. Antonio can't hit the target. Front, outside the area. Unbelievable. I think Zuma coming in was the right choice. I think if you've got a choice between Zuma or Diop, I think you pick Zuma. But yeah, I agree. Moyes has lost the plot. I agree on that. What else we got here? I'm glad to hit. Just talking about that. Let's get right down there. If you haven't already done so, please smash a like on the video. It goes a long way. It really helps me out. Thank you very much. More hope in Europa League because our opponents are not familiar with West Ham. Yeah, I agree on that. That's where they're playing the unknown West Ham. But if we can get a good tie in the last 16, get to the last 8, then we've always got a chance. Do you know what I mean? We really have. What we've got here. God, there's so many comments here. I'm just going to rattle through them. 4-0 should have been subbed for Vlasic. Benny was at least having a go. I agree, Paul. I really do. And that is it. We've got Alex's one here. No excuses when Piddly squad. Yeah. So, yeah, I've just got through all your comments. And listen, if you think I'm being harsh, put it in the comment section below after this video is wrapped up and say, you know what, James, maybe you're right or maybe you're wrong. Because I appreciate your comments and different opinions and all that. But for me, it's another lackluster performance. Last week, we got away with it. This week at home, it's deja vu for me. It's like another game. Now, next Sunday, we've got Wolves, right? If we play like that, we're going to get absolutely annihilated by them because they are playing pretty decent at the minute, I must admit. They, as someone said in the chat earlier on, they will pass us to death. Literally pass round us, pass through us and whatnot. If Benrahma is dropped next week for that, then I'm sorry, but I'm done with David Moyes. And I'll say it openly. Yeah, David Moyes won't win us anything because he's just too stubborn. Someone said that to me last year, funny enough, before I wrap this up. Before I started doing the YouTube game, I went on a channel. I won't name the channel, but I went on one. And the person is a very well-known person on Twitter, and he's a face of West Ham, basically. and he said to me, Moyes won't ever win anything with West Ham because he's just too stubborn. He's just too stubborn of a man. And last year, Brighton at home in a 2-2 draw, that was the first time I'd done it, the YouTube game. I was like, nah, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think you're talking bollocks, really. I do believe him there. It took me a while, but I'm starting to believe what he's saying is true. And he, from time to time, he puts a comment on there saying, I did tell you, James. I did tell you. And yeah, he's absolutely bang on the money. He really, really is. So yeah, it's a point. We ain't getting top 4. Let's be honest. Anyone who puts us in the top 4 bracket at the minute needs to go really seriously evaluate what they're saying. We ain't nowhere near top 4. Can we finish in the top 7? I think that's our goal now. Anywhere in the top 7 will do. Right? If we finish 7th and we get European Conference League, that's better than nothing. If we get in the top 6 and we finish in Europa League again, then to me nothing's changed. And basically, at least we've got European football for next year. But he's going to have to make a decision, Moyes. That is one thing I will say. And his decision will have to be, are you going to go all out for the Europa League, or are you trying to do everything? Because what I can't understand with Moyes, and this is coming from me personally, is I cannot understand that you're saying we can go for everything, but we have got such a paper-thin squad, and in that squad we've got players who are not good enough. It just makes no sense, and we're sort of square pegs, round holes, so to speak. It's just not good enough. It really, really ain't. It really, really ain't. I'll get to your final comments because a couple of new people have come in. Zuma's overhead was magic. Put him up front. I agree. You have a good night, Joe, and try and enjoy yourself even after such a pony performance yet again. Thanks for your thoughts. No worries, as Hammerette. Dom, we must have had a lot of stubborn managers. We've won nothing since 1980. Well, we was 15, 20 seconds away, Dom, from it in 2006 with a team that was okay. But when you look at that team in 2006, we had Sheringham, Zamora, Ashton, Airwood, to name a few strikers. We haven't got a striker at this club. So it just answers it there, mate, for you, really. Lee, I know you do, mate. I really do appreciate your comments. And yeah, what else we got here? Ian just puts a comment in here. In Moyes' mind, we are probably ahead of where he thinks we should be. At this moment in time, this is a massive chance miss for top 4. May not come around for a long time now. I agree, mate. I really, really do, Ian. I'll tell you the reason why you're bang on that with that comment. 1000%, because Newcastle, if they stay up, they will spend. Newcastle won't be at the bottom end of the table; they'll be at the top. Villa, Everton, Leicester will rebuild again if they get rid of Brendan. And you've got the big 6, and then you've got us. So technically, we're 11th team in that bracket. So we're basically we're the 11th place team. And listen, last season people can say about the Europa, like we got to Europa League. Yeah, it was great. But what people got to remember last season is we had no fans in the gaff, and certain teams couldn't handle it. For us, we could handle it because, if anything, with the West Ham fan base, when it goes wrong, well, we get on the players' backs, we get on the managers' back, and we're very hostile for doing that. When there was no fans last year, it proved it there and then, 100%. It just said, you know what, there's no fans here, just go out and play, because no one's going to criticise you, because they can't get to you, sort of thing. And that's why West Ham played very well last year, and West Ham getting 6th was a good achievement, but we could have got 4th, and we should have got 4th. If Moyes would have been proactive last winter, last January, got Lingard in and got a replacement for Haller, we would have been sitting in the Champions League spot and maybe have some better players at this club. So yeah, it is a major issue. It really, really is. Listen, I'm going to wrap it up there. It's coming up to nearly an hour, and I don't want to take up any more of your time. thank you everyone who's put their comments in today. I really do appreciate everyone who's put their comments in, and I'm gutted to a point because I think that's just kiss goodbye to top four. Definitely, I think if we win today, the dream's still flickering. If we don't do it, we haven't won today. Withdrew the game. Just we're just flat, and what it is. We're running out of steam. So yeah, please do smash a like on the video. It goes a long way. I'll be back tomorrow to do a player ratings, and I'm going to enjoy this evening. And I'll be heading back to London tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be doing a player ratings with Mitchell if he's about. I really do mean that. Keep the faith. That's all I can say. Is just keep the faith and keep striving forward. But I'm sorry, but if Moyes needs to be dug out, yeah, he needs to be fucking dug out. Because today I think really proves to all of us as fans that there's an agenda there. That he's got his favourites, Moyes. And I'll never forget it. I can't remember who said it, but someone said it a long, long time ago in my chat. He said, with Moyes, it's like being in the mafia. Yeah, it takes a long time to get into his fault. But when you're in it, when you're in his team for life, and that's what it is. Like, Benrahma's just not in his plans. And I do feel for Benrahma. Listen, how can I put this with Benny? I feel Benny doesn't really get the credit that he deserves. Now, if Benrahma was terrible today, then I would openly say he was terrible. Yeah, because I'm not going to sit on the fence and defend him because you can't defend the indefensible. But he weren't that bad today, mate. I'm sorry. And as the game was getting on, if anything, I think he would have come into his own because them Newcastle players would have got tired and people would have made mistakes. But, you know, we move on. We move on. Anyway, much love to you. All the best. And as I say, keep the faith. Frustrating day at the LS today. But Wolves next. Bye for now.